Welcome back, everybody. For this week's meta update, I'm going to be doing a rapid fire tier list for all the heroes going into the TI Last Chance qualifiers, as well as the group stage and the main event. Now, obviously, there will be a bit of a meta development over the course of the tournament, but I want you guys to have a good idea of what I think is going to be seen in TI 11. I almost forgot what TI is.
Banana slam jam.
Let's go ahead and check it out, as I will give very little explanation, and I'll leave it up to your guys' interpretation. So we've got 6 tiers. We got first round, first pick ban material. We got second round ban and picks most likely. We got good against what's good, so we'll see it in the B tier. We got situational last picks in the C tier. D is the most likely won't see play, maybe once or twice. And then the F tier is if they get picked, I eat my shoe, metaphorically speaking. Let's go ahead and get started. So Abaddon, think there's just better supports. Underlord, think there's better offlaners. Alchemist will get picked by certain teams, so most likely C. Ancient Apparition, he's good against what's good, but he's the worst of those heroes, so he'll be bottom of B. We got Anti-Mage, most likely won't see play, but potentially a situational last pick. Arc Warden, situational last pick. Axe, most likely won't see play. Bane, I think there's better supports, but I say, yeah, probably around here. Maybe low C, but he's more of a, he's not going to be last picked either. Bat, absolutely freaking busted. Beastmaster, A tier. Bloodseeker, good against what's good. We got Bounty Hunter, situational later picks. Brewmaster, D tier. Bristleback, good against Enigma. Broodmother, situational last pick. Centaur, maybe as a support if Puppy manages to make it through last chance qualifiers. CK, situational later pick. Chen will be first round, first picked by almost every team in the tournament. Clink's a little bit too weak of a laner, I'd say, for competitive Dota, so he's somewhere in the situational last pick. CM, she's a solid B tier hero. Good with what's good, not good against what's good. Darkseer, too weak of a laner, but he'll be picked later on in the draft sometimes. Dark Willow, probably high C tier. Dawnbreaker, probably high B tier. Dazzle, probably A tier. Death Prophet, S tier, as this hero will be first pick, first ban every single game. Woo, Death Prophet. Disruptor, probably won't see too much play. Doom is good against what's good sometimes. Good BKB piercing disabled. DK, situational later pick. Drow. Earthshaker, he's good with what's good. Earthshaker's very good with the current offlaner hero pool. Earth Spirit, the same thing. ET always comes back at TI, but I don't think he will this year. Ember Spirit, he's probably low B tier. Enchantress, low B tier. Just a worser Chen. Enigma is S tier. We will see him almost every single game as well. Faceless Void is much more of a second round pick and ban and competitive, as his landing stage is vulnerable. Nature's Prophet, situational later pick. Grimstroke, I don't think we'll see too much play. Gyrocopter, I will eat my shoe if he's not picked with Wisp. If it's anything other than Wisp, I'll eat my shoe. Hoodwink, pretty good. Huskar, situational last pick, but he's definitely top of C tier. Invoker, I think he's a pretty mid-tier mid laner. Jakiro, we got ourselves, honestly, somewhere low B tier. Juggernaut, there's just better picks most games after the nerfs to him. Keeper of the Light, same thing with Jug, just better picks out there. Kunkka, low B tier. Legion, I think will be creeping up as the other offlaners get banned. She's going to be somewhere around mid B tier. Leshrac, situational later pick. Lich, bottom of C tier. Lifestealer, most likely won't see play except for maybe against Lone Druid. Lena, I think, will be highly prioritized, potentially first rounded just because of how strong of a laner she is. Lion, most likely won't see play, might even be an F tier hero, but it might work with something like Timbersaw off lane. Lone Druid, he's like a second round pick and ban. Luna, very situational last pick. Lycan, definitely a solid B tier hero. Magnus, highly situational, bottom of C tier. Marcy will be picked and banned every single game, almost certainly. Not only is she played support with heroes like Enigma and Death Prophet, but she's also being played core, so the flex pick is OP. Mars, bottom of C tier. Medusa, bottom of C tier. Meepo most likely won't see play. Mirana, I think there's just better options, but I don't think she's garbage. I think there's just better options this patch. Monkey King is a situational late game. Morphling is going to be a second round ban pick hero, I believe, most games. People will have to keep track of him in the draft. He's kind of a cheese hero, and he's certainly strong enough where if it's a good Morphling game, it will just be free. Naga, I think, is a situational last pick, but I think she's the top of the line. She's a very good hero if it's a good game for Naga this patch. Necro most likely won't see play. SF, I think, is a second round ban pick, a hero, especially against certain teams with stylish SF players. We got Night Stalker. He's much more of a situational last pick, probably somewhere mid-tier of C. Nyx, I think this hero will be somewhere around Earthshaker because he's the same idea. OD, I'll eat my shoe. Ogre, he's probably like top of D tier. You know, him and Mirana, they'll see play, but just not too often. Omni Knight, probably like mid-C, but he's just like a decent support. Oracle, most likely won't see too much play, but isn't garbage. Pango, probably low B tier. He's good against certain heroes in the meta, but he's not super popular. PA most likely won't see play. Probably, there's going to be like 2 or 3 picks of PA. Okay, guys? There's like 2 or 3, but trust me, it's not very good. PL is going to be somewhere around here. I think he's the weakest of the illusion heroes right now. Phoenix, I think Phoenix is honestly going to kind of surprise people. I think Phoenix is going to go somewhere like low B tier. Primal Beast, I think, is incredibly, we can call him overrated beast. You know, he should be somewhere up here based on how teams pick him, but I think he's going to be like mid-B at best. Puck, situational, last pick, but decent. Pudge, I think, is going to be up in this tier as a carry. Pugna, probably low, mid-C tier. Quap, probably up here. Been seeing a pretty good amount of Quap. Clockwork, he's like a weaker Earthshaker and Nyx, but he's also situationally very strong. I would say he's like situational first round pick against certain openings. Razor, I mean, he's gonna see play, but he's probably like bottom of B tier. He's like still good against what's good, you know, but he's just not as OP as he used to be. Ricky's definitely eat my shoe territory. Rubik, probably like mid-C. He's only going to get response. I guess he's probably low B. He's going to get picked in response to heroes like Enigma and Earthshaker, only for that reason, but he's fine in that regard. Sand King, eat my shoe territory. Shadow Demon, I believe Shadow Demon is situational as a support. Shadow Shaman, somewhere in the middle of situational. Timbersaw, he's like probably bottom of B, top of C. Certain teams will make use of him like OG, just otherwise he'll get ignored. Silencers, eat my shoe territory. Wraith King's like really close to eat my shoe territory. He's probably like bottom of C, just like against Faceless Void. You know, he gets his C tier because there are games where he will get picked, just very few. Skywrath Mage, he'd be higher as an individual hero, but the fact that most of the offlaners are ranged, we're gonna put him like, there's not very many melee stunners in the offlane right now. Put him like situational. Slardar, genuinely believe that Lotus Orb is just too good of an item. A lot of these offlaners, if they are against Slardar, will just rush a Lotus Orb, and then his ultimate just becomes useless. I think Slark is somewhere up here. Second round pick and ban every game, similar to Morphling. If it's a good Slark game and you don't account for it and don't ban him, he'll have a heyday. Snapfire, just an overall well-rounded hero and competitive, probably bottom of B. I think Sniper for TI will be a situational last pick at best. Seems like too many mobile heroes such as Morphling and Slark are coming into the meta, and these matchups are generally pretty bad for him. Spectre is going to be all the way down in the bottom of C tier. I think a lot of Chinese teams will pick Spectre, but that's about it. Spirit Breaker, I think, is a bit slept on. I'll be honest. I think he's pretty damn good against some of the meta heroes right now. So he's like the weakest of the melee 4s that could be picked. But like, I'd say Spirit Breaker's here, Clockwork's here. You know, something like that. Storm Spirits, situational last pick almost certainly. Sven, I believe, is underrated, but he won't get picked too much. Probably somewhere around here. Techies, only certain players, so very little play from Techies. TA is probably somewhere in the middle of B here. Terrorblade, I would say, is a pretty solid carry, but he's definitely bottom of B tier. Tide, maybe as a combo breaker. I think he's overall pretty weak, though. Maybe down here. Tinker, situational last pick, is going to be very powerful, I believe, as Tinker, I think he's got buffed enough into relevance where if the opponent can't deal with you. Tiny, he's probably mid to low B tier. Treant Protector's like most likely won't see play. Troll is like somewhere in the middle here. Tusk, he's probably up here with the Force. He's pretty solid as well. Undying's an S tier. Every single game. Territory, Ursa's like a solid mid B tier carry. Venge most likely won't see play except for maybe against Enigma or Bat Rider. So I guess it's like situational last pick support territory. I think Venomancer is a weaker version of a lot of the offlaners, but he'll have his place. So maybe like mid to low C tier. Viper, okay, we got, I'd say like A to B tier. This hero's like surprisingly good still. Just griefs the enemy safe laner really hard. Just not as hard as these two heroes. So he's probably up there. Visage, probably around Lycan here. Void Spirit, probably situational at best. Warlock, I think there's better heroes most of the time, but he'll get picked. Weaver, not going to see too much play, I don't think. Wind Ranger might be in shoe territory unless Seb stands in. Wyvern, definitely like low B, high C. We'll go low B. Io, certain teams will prioritize it, other teams will not. Witch Doctor, I think, is incredibly slept on as a support. I'm going to put him like up here. I'm going to put him like way up here. I think he's going to, like, people are going to catch on. And then Zeus definitely has fallen off. Some teams are still picking him against like Bat Rider and such. We'll put him like bottom of C. So yeah, this is my tier list going into TI qualifiers. We freaking speed ran that. Now, this is just a rough sketch. As the tournament goes on, I promise to be giving you guys updates. There's 12 teams in the last chance qualifiers. 2 of them are going to get slots to TI based on the results. This is my prediction going into that stage. Let's see what happens, guys. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff if you want to keep up with anything and everything I have to say about TI 11. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.